several different things that I want to continue to break down for you. But right now I told you I was going to say, look, there's a lot of talk about Urban Meyer. A lot of talk about Urban Meyer potentially going to Jacksonville. Reports are that he wants to make up to $12 million a year. I actually think it's a good move for Jacksonville. Let me explain why. Urban Meyer is a culture coach. That is becoming the job of the head coach almost more than anything else, particularly in big organizations that have had structural failures. They need to find a culture of winning. The Jags obviously do not have a culture of winning right now. And the way you build a culture of winning is with two people, the head coach and the quarterback. Right now, Urban Meyer has the opportunity to go get the quarterback that he believes best fits the culture of winning. And if he does so, and the expectation would be that Trevor Lawrence is that quarterback, you can get him for a relatively affordable $12 million price. Now, some of you out there are like, $12 million for a coach? Do you know how many players on the team you are paying $12 million to? $12 million a year is a good tight end. $12 million a year is 1/3 of what you pay a really good quarterback in the NFL. The most important player on the field by far is your quarterback. But arguably the second most important person in the entire organization is your coach. If anything, I would think that a $12 million a year coach actually isn't that insane of a dollar figure to spend if you are getting a high-level coach. Because when you consider that these are billion-dollar franchises and that the difference between a win and a loss is oftentimes a scintilla, it's a decision on whether or not to throw the challenge flag. It's a decision on whether or not to go for it on fourth down. It's a decision predicated on all of the cultural choices that you have put in place that might keep a player from making a poor decision off the field. It's about getting the absolute apex of effort from a lot of guys that are used to doing what might be best for them individually as opposed to what might be best for them as a team. It is a management job. And Urban Meyer has proven at Florida, at Bowling Green, at Utah, and at Ohio State that he can manage jobs. Now, I do think the challenge of dealing with egos and dealing with guys who can come back at him and say, hey, I make a lot more money than you do, I'm going to be here longer than you, is a unique challenge. And it's one that not everybody in college can match. But I think a place like Jacksonville, where the media is not breathing down your nose every single moment, let's be honest. The reality is way more people cover the University of Florida with a fine-tooth comb and cover Ohio State with a fine-tooth comb than cover the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think it makes a lot of sense for Urban Meyer to take over as the next Jags coach and go draft the quarterback that he believes can take Jacksonville back into the playoffs. Now, the one question I have is whether Urban has the patience to deal with a rebuild, because he's typically won immediately wherever he's gone, and he's never had to really struggle with defeats over a substantial period of time. So that is an interesting question, and certainly his health is as well. But if you think he's going to be committed to it, and you think he's going to last 3 or 4 years, I'm not troubled at all by the idea of paying him $12 million. In fact, it seems eminently reasonable given the overall cost structure of the team.